Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the third episode of the documentary. Let me go ahead and turn off this music. You guys hype? Let's do this, boys.
We European players know almost everything about American players. A bit like how European basketball fans follow the NBA.
Oh my gosh, I think that was Steph. She used to be a brawl
It's
player.
really amazing to
Well, she still plays
meet
brawl.
all the people, you know,
Holy
and
moly.
Armada cheering.
I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about.
I'm sitting there doing commentary next to Doggy Sandwich.
No, yeah. Those guys. Shout to you all. Wait, what?
These murmurs start echoing through the crowd.
Prague, though.
Isaiah. And, you know, eventually we get word of this. They're trying to get Isaiah up.
Just a quick little comment. So this guy right here, Prague, he recently, I probably shouldn't even say this, but I just wanted to like get it out there. But he recently announced, like sometime last year, that he has some type of like medical issue. I'm not really sure what it is, but I've always been interested into knowing what the medical issue is because he never really like says it to anybody. But I guess he wants to leave it a secret. I don't think he wants to tell anybody about it. It's probably like really, really private. So, but I just want to make a comment that I'm really curious about it.
Was building that entire time. It's like you put a lid over a boiling pot, and eventually it's going to bubble over. So the crowd is chanting his name.
What's up,
and
Hands
eventually
Smash?
he walks in, and everyone's just.
This episode is the
looking
best.
around like,
Brian
this is gonna
00798.
be Isaiah versus Captain Jack in the year.
Oh no. Gosh, what happened? What's going on with my internet? Give me a second, boys.
In the
There you
year
go.
2012. This is like the
There's
best night
Kage.
of my life.
Isaiah and Captain Jack.
And then the match begins.
Okay, here we go. This is Isaiah.
Okay, so I was here during this fight. It was Captain Jack versus Isaiah. This is an old school match. Everybody wanted Isaiah to fight Captain Jack. And I was talking to everybody like during this match was going on. Everybody was like, "Man, Isaiah's not trying. He's not trying." And then I guess people were like mentioning that that he sucks now. But like everybody knew in the back of their minds that he wasn't trying.
Against Captain Jack. You know, I always wanted to do this. Isaiah! That's pretty bad.
You need to wait for him to do something, though. Right now, he's just kind of
Don't worry.
rolling around, getting slapped in the
He's
face.
not getting hit. Oh,
What I think he's doing right now is he's probably just practicing his movement. He just forgot how to move.
Captain Jack.
He missed a wave dash right there, so he's probably practicing his wave dashing.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
he literally just got off.
He probably hasn't touched melee in a long
Probably
time.
needs to remember some things, you know.
When he wants to, he's going to turn up the jets. That didn't happen.
You know Isaiah, he's done this before. He's just sat around and then just gone in somewhere.
Yeah, it's currently raining. 101 Silver Streak. By the way, let me know if you guys want me to turn up the volume.
Look at all these needles, all these stocks. Don't get four stock, Isaiah. Don't get four stock.
Please.
Yes! Yo, shout outs to Rob Salo for joining Crew Dad. Much love, bro. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Isaiah.
Sup, hi, boys.
The crowd is stunned.
That was
In hindsight,
So, hi.
that was as Isaiah as anything Isaiah's ever done.
That's a pretty good yes. Easy DI. Okay, I'll turn up the volume just a tad. Yep, and there's going to be a YouTube upload with Andrew. Okay, hopefully that's better. Yeah, it's a great song.
Last time we got a shake, it wasn't that good.
Really?
It was okay.
What kind of shake do you get?
Yeah, strawberry. I'm gonna get smoothie this time though. My favorite food is in Manhattan. I'm gonna get that soon.
Oh yeah?
Hopefully that's loud enough. That's probably my loudest volume setting.
The sausages. The one I get is called the Joseph Stalin Dictator Special. Yeah. The Dictator Special, you can't choose the kind of worst that you get. But the Democracy Special, you can pick. I think that one costs more.
Alright, just a quick comment. So, I remember this one time, it was after MLG New York. Isaiah, he invited everybody at the MLG tournament, all the pros. He invited everybody to go eat chicken with rice in New York. It was like down the street, this kind of like this place that kind of just like sold chicken with rice at like at a little stand that they had, an outside stand. And Isaiah, he would just make a big fuss about chicken and rice. And I remember Ken and Isaiah, they were going back and forth. Ken was like, "Dude, chicken and rice is not even that good. What are you talking about?" And then Isaiah was like, "Man, you've never been to New York, have you?" He was like, "Man, you're full of you're full of S, Isaiah. You're full of S." And then he's like, Isaiah's just like, "Yeah, dude, you just gotta try, man. Just try it, guys. It's gonna be the best food of your life." And we ended up getting to the chicken with rice place. It was delicious. Like what they had, oh my gosh. And like Isaiah was right. Best place in New York. It's basically, it was literally chicken with rice, but it's like with seasoned rice, and it also had like some like nice ranch dressing on the top. I'm not even sure if it was a ranch dressing. It was like some type of white dressing or something like that. It was delicious sauce. It was like, oh my god, it was mad good. I remember Isaiah took all of us there, like me, Ken, and then probably like some other like random like West Coast people or something like that. The family went there too. But yeah, it was good stuff.
But just play video games. Super Mario World. Oh, the Ninja Turtles game. Yeah. Turtles in Time. Yeah. Final Fight 2.
That's right. That was when you had to go rescue the girl, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Did you have a good family life when you were growing up?
Well, my family's not really close. My parents divorced when I was 10. My mom had to work a lot, so she could never be around us too much. But my dad would always take us to like the beach or outside to the creek when we were like little kids.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just want to make a quick comment. I think I might have mentioned this at the first or the second episode of the documentary. When I went over to Isaiah's house for the first time, he kind of lived like in a one-story house. He had a nice little like a couple bedrooms, a big living room. When I got there, the place was packed. He had so many Smashes there. They were all just like hurtled up in front of a big television. And and Isaiah, that's why I talked to Isaiah, and like I guess he was playing like Smash 64 like in another room or something like that. I can't really remember. I'm not sure if my memory is correct, but yeah, Isaiah lives in a one-story house, and it's very, very cozy. It was a nice house. I liked it.
What is it about 64 that keeps you playing it after all these years?
Just something I really like doing, you know?
Yeah.
Like hiking. I'll be hiking for the rest of my life.
Nice.
Kind of like that. Yeah. Might be playing the game for it until there's no one else left other than me, then I might stop.
Isaiah and I were, on that epic quest to like go to as many tournaments as we can to support each other. After every tournament, we would end up splitting the money so we can travel to the next tournament. They're all underground. Not many players enter. We won't make too much money, but enough to get us to the next tournament and hopefully make more money.
By the middle of 2004, the competitive Melee scene was getting big. New tournaments were larger, better run, with bigger cash prizes attracting top players from across the country. New York's Smash for Cash, MDVA's Getting Schooled, and Melee FC, hosted by the Kish brothers of South Bend, Indiana.
Misunderstood enthusiasts living an extraordinary existence for cash.
The very first FC was amazing because I think that was like the second or third time that Ken and Asin had met each other. Like, that rivalry was really starting to heat up at that point.
I didn't get to go to FC, and I was really regretting.
I was going to make a quick comment about Melee FC. One of the best tournaments ever. It was like a 2-story church, and literally like everybody just pays like $70 and they get to stay there for the whole weekend, and they get to sleep wherever they want. They didn't even have to sleep. Like, there was games like going on in the gymnasium of the church, and it was and like they served you breakfast, they served you lunch, and all you have to do is get in line, and then they give you food. It was an amazing tournament. Another thing I wanted to note is that at Melee FC, I kind of got involved with some girls there, and it was probably one of the best times of my life. Yeah, Melee FC was the bomb. I had girls, I had food, I had Smash, and I had friends. For 3 days, all of that, it was amazing. Amazing times, guys. Another thing that I wanted to mention about Melee FC is that there was, oh yeah. Yes!
Loving the streams, keep it up, chew. YAYUHZZZZZ.
Ramaso, thank you so much for the $1 donation, man. Much love. But yeah, so just a little like story about Melee FC. Like, I was on the road trip. I was on a road trip with wife, husband, and Asin on the way to Melee FC. And then on one of the stops, I got a jug of lemonade, and I drank just a little bit of it. And then I brought it to Melee FC when I arrived, and I didn't know where to put it because I wanted to keep it cool, right? They actually had a freezer at the tournament at Melee FC, so I went ahead and put my lemonade in the freezer. And then freaking DA Dave, oh my gosh, that guy, he's so mean. Oh my gosh. So the next morning, I went to go check on my lemonade because I was thirsty. I wanted to get something to drink, right? And I'm like, yo, where's my lemonade? And then everyone's like, oh, we haven't seen it. And then some other dude's like, oh, yeah, it's right here. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm about to drink it. I have the jug in front of me. I'm about to drink it. And then my other friend goes, no, chew that. Don't drink it. I'm like, why? And then he's like, well, Dave peed inside the lemonade. And then I'm like, are you serious? And then he's like, yeah, dude, he peed inside the lemonade. I'm like, oh god, and then I just threw it away or something. I just tossed it right after that. I can't believe he did that. Gosh, Dave. But yeah, that was an amazing time at Melee FC.
Yeah, because it ended up being huge and like a massive success, and the top 3 was Ken, Az, and Isaiah again, which was crazy.
I think those 3 in particular, Ken, Asin, and Isaiah, were just a level or 2 above everybody else, just absolutely without question.
FC also gave birth to a new type of group competition, known as a crew battle. Kish Squared had seen something similar in animes like Yu Yu Hakusho and Flame of Recca, and wanted to try it as an event in Melee. A crew of players would pool their stocks together and compete against other crews, planning lineups and character selections to counter opposing lineups. At FC, a West Coast crew lined up to face an East Coast crew for the first time.
The West Coast crew ended up being Ken, Isaiah,
okay.
Mike, and Jared from Canada. And
it looks like we got a good question from Academus. I'm going to go ahead and answer that question. He says, yo, Chu, what happened at that one MLG where Isaiah said he would beat you on Smashboards and he ended up destroying you? Is this true? How badly did you get destroyed? Yes, it is true. Isaiah did destroy me after he claimed that he was going to beat me on Smashboards. I didn't believe him. I didn't think that he was going to stand any chance against me. But in the Vegas finals for MLG, the tournament matches were already announced before the tournament even started. And I found out that I had to fight Isaiah. And the next day, Isaiah's just like, yeah, I'm going to destroy Daniel Rodriguez. I was like, what the heck? No, you're not. And then so I play him in tournament at the MLG Vegas 3 out of 5. I think he 3-0s me. He just kept kneeing my shield, and then ever since then, people just picked Falcon against me in versus my Ice Climbers. And then I guess people found out that Falcon does pretty well against Ice Climbers as long as you hit the shield with knee and with the other aerials. So screw Isaiah. I can't believe he actually beat me at that one tournament. But yes, that is true.
I went first against Wes and did all right. After me came Jared.
I have no
He got
idea
a
if
stock or
Isaiah's
two
seen
from
the
West,
doc.
but then he lost all
However,
of
I'm
his
gonna have to bring it
also.
up to him
Then
sometime.
was Mike from Canada. He finally eliminated West, and then he had to fight Oro's Samus. He lost too many stocks against West to really be able to make much of a dent in Oro. So then it was just Ken and Isaiah against Oro's last stock, husband and wife, and Dave and Asin. And so Isaiah just went into beast mode. He went try hard.
Okay. Okay, so Mozzie Bear says, did you ever speak to Isaiah? Yes, I did speak to Isaiah on many occasions, but I wanted to bring up one quick story with you guys. The last time that I actually talked to Isaiah was at an Apex. It was about maybe 2 years ago. And, okay, so at some point, like in 2008, I actually went to the West Coast for a Grand Finals tournament for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And I had Isaiah pick me up from the bus station. And so when I got off the bus... No, I gotta tell another story first. So when I was in Japan with Isaiah and Ken, there was this guy named Thunders. And he played Fox or something like that. And he was pretty good. And then every time that Isaiah would say Thunders' name, he'd say it like this. He'd be like, Thunders. And so I just cracked up every time Isaiah would say Thunders' name. And Isaiah always saw me laughing. He would laugh with me. And so I guess now we go back to the 2008 tournament when I got off the bus station. And I was just like, hey, Isaiah, can you say Thunders for me? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he's like, Thunders. But the last time that I actually talked to him was in 2013. And he was actually all by himself. Nobody was talking to him, and I don't think he wanted to talk to anybody. He was kind of just sitting on a chair, literally all by himself. And I decided to go talk to him because, you know, he's a good buddy of mine. And I'm sure he feels the same towards me, too. And so I just went up to him. The first thing I said to him was, I was just like, yo, Isaiah, can you say Thunders for me? And then Isaiah goes, Thunders. And then... And then Isaiah just starts cracking up. I'm glad I was able to bring some, happiness to Isaiah. It didn't seem like, he was really into, going to Apex too much, I guess. That's why I assume, because he was all by himself. And as you'll see later in the documentary, he kind of like brings out his emotional side and kind of like how he gets lonely and stuff. So I feel kind of bad for him, and I do see his why the documentary says he's lonely, because like I guess he might be a little bit lonely for reasons unknown. I'm not really sure. I didn't grow up with Isaiah. I just knew him for about 1 or 2 years of my life.
It was absolutely ridiculous to just see him just plow through like the entire East Coast.
The Falcon wasn't a very well-used character back then. The aggressiveness and the speed and the combos and everything that goes with that character, scary. So it was probably more scary than a lot of other players just because he used Falcon, just because he was going to knee you 3 times and kill you in like one crazy combo. People weren't really used to that back then.
He's one of the most technical old school players I know, like till this day. Like he's even more technical than Ken or everyone. It's just that, so sometimes he'll be over-aggressive, and that'll probably be his downfall.
Falcon players, they don't play to win, they play to have fun. Show me your moves. Everyone cheers for the Falcon player. Isaiah's like, he has all the technical stuff from 64, but it doesn't look like he was trying to win back when he was playing his fight. He was trying to like please the crowd.
Isaiah, he's a weird guy.
I know Dan has told me like he would just send him a random instant message. So what's a Krabby Patty? Like
we have conversations with him. He can like kind of predict what you're gonna say. So when you say hi, and he's like no. I was like okay.
He was just very goofy, very shy.
Okay, so I got another story for you guys about Isaiah, about one of my experiences with Isaiah. So I was in a doubles tournament for a tournament called Smashdiclism 3. and I teamed with Ford at that tournament. And I think it was it was actually a singles match instead. Yeah, so I was playing a singles match against no, it was actually doubles. So I was playing with Ford against two other good people. It was a Peach player and then some other random Fox player. I can't remember their names at the moment. But what ended up happening was Isaiah actually teamed with Music King for that tournament, and I don't think he wanted me to win. And so, however, I was still friends with Isaiah at the time. And so I was playing against this Peach and Fox player, and it was 1-1. And last game, and then we go into the third match, and that game decides the whole set. And they're deciding which stage to pick. And back then, Rainbow Cruise was legal at the time, and that was one of my worst stages. And then Isaiah in the background, he notices that my opponents don't know which stage to go to, and so he's just like, "Go Rainbow Cruise!" And then my opponents are just like thinking, they don't say anything, and then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna go Rainbow Cruise," and then I'm like, "Are you serious? Are these guys actually going to Rainbow Cruise? Did Isaiah really tell them to go Rainbow Cruise?" We ended up going to Rainbow Cruise, and we lost. And I was so mad at Isaiah. And so I went up to Isaiah, and I was like, "Dude, I thought we were friends, dude. Why would you tell him to go Rainbow Cruise?" And then Isaiah was like, "But dude, I just didn't I didn't mean to. And then I was like, "Nah, dude, it's messed up. You shouldn't have done that." And yeah, Isaiah, he ended up he was like really, really sad about it, like how I kind of like yelled at him, afterwards. And I kind of feel bad for making Isaiah like feel sad about me yelling at him. But I guess at the time it was kind of like I was just kind of like upset that I lost the tournament, doubles tournament, because Isaiah told him to go Rainbow Cruise. I had a chance at getting into grand finals, and freaking Isaiah told him to go Rainbow Cruise. I ended up losing, and I lost. Yeah, so I got mad, and I was young at the time, and I was just like, "Isaiah, you shouldn't have done that, man. It's a mess. That's so messed up of you." And yeah, I made Isaiah feel sad. Yeah, I'm sorry, Isaiah, if if you're watching.
He would say like a couple words, but they'd always make you laugh. He used to have this guy called Mr. Happy. I don't know if you heard about this.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about, yeah.
It's just this massage tool that he had. It was just like this weird back massage, and like he'd just be like, "Oh, I brought Mr. Happy," and he'd just like massage your back for a minute.
Some people say no, but he'll still force it on you.
There's 2 from Isaiah. That feels good.
It felt good. I'm not gonna lie.
People loved him for that because it was different. It was unique.
Yeah.
I have 2 friends.
This picture right here, how it happened was, I think Isaiah was giving me a massage, and then I decided to give Az a massage, and then Mike G goes behind Isaiah, and we kind of form a line of massages, and so that's what produced this picture.
Friends, I could have more friends, but the people I talk to
Hey, what's up, guys?
Smash people,
right?
And they live far away, It's not as easy.
I love Mr. Happy. Mr. Happy's awesome.
Don't talk to too many.
It felt really good.
Mainly after I stopped playing.
It just stopped being fun for you?
Yeah, stopped being fun.
Competitive Melee had grown to the point where business opportunities were becoming hard to ignore. Among a few failed startups, one company outshone all the rest and helped to begin a new era for Smash.
It was a new business opening up, Major League Gaming. They wanted to pick out some popular games to add to the roster. Usually at tournaments, I'd have to win doubles and singles to get like $800. If I was just to win singles alone, that's $1,000.
They had the legit amount of prize money with these extra goodies for winning as well.
There was emoji girls going around, giving hugs and whatnot.
They had all these like hot chicks lined up, giving out goodies. Like we took our pictures with them, which I thought was awesome.
I don't think that's true, Academics. I never really saw Music King all over Isaiah at tournaments.
Out of the underground tournament scene.
From what I know, and from what I've seen.
Who's he teaming with? I don't. Vans? Yeah. Not Vans like the Peach player. Vans like she's a girl. Oh, really? Yeah. Wow. I thought it was a Peach player. Oh, I've seen. That Asian chick?
Remember her?
Vaguely.
She went to Super Chat combo.
Yeah, I remember her barely.
Okay, so at this tournament, Isaiah decided to team with this Asian chick called Vans, and I think Isaiah might have been into her, but I mean, I think the documentary pretty much explains it. But yeah, I don't think she was into Isaiah that much. But Isaiah was probably definitely into her.
She has glasses.
Welcome back, episode 3 of the MLG vidcast. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, coming at you from the MLG studios here in New York City.
My favorite part about teams is how good it feels when you win, because you guys did it together and you worked.
I assume so.
You always have to be there. You can't be a selfish player and sit there and camp all day.
The first individual that comes to my mind when I think about amazing teams players is Isaiah.
If you've seen Isaiah, what he does best is he is always there for Ken.
It's just Isaiah just tearing a hole through everything in his path.
Isaiah is, without question, the best teams player to ever play the game. I don't think anyone would challenge that. And when you put him in a team with the best singles player at the time, it was absolutely daunting, and playing them was ridiculous. Because they would play with Marth Falcon, and if you somehow found a way to get the edge over Marth Falcon, they just play Marth Sheik, and then it was just stupid. Isaiah Sheik is dumb, is stupid, is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a crazy match.
He's breaking the game, and it's not even any fun to play against. He's
the 2v1 Isaiah versus PC Crystal King.
Isaiah grab forehand to get combo off.
So crazy.
Oh no, they missed the up throw. Jigglypuff can really die easily at this percent, so can PC. Oh no, here goes PC. And it's King versus Isaiah. King versus Isaiah. Crazy close. Oh, here's the grab. Oh, and Isaiah goes for the up air. Oh!
Huge comeback, huge comeback.
Huge comeback by Ken and Isaiah. And they win the 5th match against PC Chris.
I love this room.
Isn't it great?
No vast. Not like hundreds of loud people. Just peaceful. You know what? New Jersey has some good tap water. Way better than San Jose.
Did you like San Jose?
Yeah, I do like San Jose. Yeah. Especially now because all the hills are hiker. Yeah. And NorCal is good because year round you have to worry about a bunch of snow.
Okay, if you guys haven't heard the story yet, but when I got off of the bus with Isaiah for that Super Smash Bros. Brawl tournament, when I first met him, he actually housed me for a day, I believe. And we pretty much just went to sleep. And then when we woke up, we actually went hiking into a nice little place like this. It looks exactly like this, actually. And we, I was kind of like weird about hiking. I mean, I don't mind the outdoors. It's fine. I'll go hiking with Isaiah just because it's Isaiah. But, we hiked for like over an hour. And, my body can't take it over an hour. I just get like, oh gosh, it's too much for me. It's too much hiking. I get tired. And so, yeah, me and Isaiah went hiking. It was pretty fun. I just kept asking Isaiah, how long are we going to go for? But yeah, it was great times. Isaiah just pretty much talked about his personal life. I tried to ask him. I tried to get more information from him just to see like what kind of person he was. He was kind of like a really, really reserved when it came to me asking questions. He didn't really want to answer all of my questions about like his past life and that kind of stuff. But I kept trying to ask him. He mainly just talked about like how great it is to be hiking and what are the good things to do in San Jose, that kind of thing. And but yeah, that's who Isaiah is.
Or bears, you don't have to worry about bears. You might have to worry about mountain lions, but I've never seen one.
Yeah, I always imagined myself fighting off a mountain lion.
Yeah, I did that too. I imagined myself kicking a mountain lion off like a cliff. And I was saving a little girl from the mountain lions. Yeah. That is awesome. I daydream a lot. I think of things happening that haven't happened. Like I pretend they're happening. Or like I pretend I'm talking to someone. You think some people just naturally get along? Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think so.
I hate it when like you're really into someone, and the other person doesn't really care. And it sucks.
Do you know why Isaiah is so good on teams? When there's someone else on the line, he will play his heart out. But in singles, you don't see that from Isaiah. You don't. It's not choking. He just doesn't care.
He has that capability to be the best player on that day. But if he doesn't want to tap into that, doesn't want to harness it, it's a futile battle.
Almost never gave it his all in singles, especially after the first few years, you know, Game Over, FC, things like that he would try at, but the MLGs, he started giving...
Walter asks, what else besides Smash and hiking did Isaiah do? I'm sure, I don't really know. All I got to do was I got to hang out with Isaiah and we hiked, but I assume Isaiah really likes companionship and just hanging out with people. That's pretty much what I believe he's really into. I can't really answer that question. Yeah, I mean, he loves video games for sure.
less of a crap about singles as time went on.
Isaiah is definitely the player that created like sandbagging to the extent it reached, because he would intentionally lose to like really bad players.
Eventually got to the point where like people didn't even consider Isaiah a threat in singles, not because he wasn't good, because he never tried.
He just didn't care, I guess. He'd go like Peach on like poke floats. That was intentionally him just deciding, oh, I'll let this guy win.
Sometimes I think that Isaiah didn't want to take the victory away from the person across from him. I think he'd rather lose and see the next person win than win himself and see the person across from him to bum down.
Isaiah's too shy though. I spend all the time with him.
As with Asin, similar, very quiet people. I don't know that crippling is fair, but certainly a shyness that just absolutely changed the way he went through life and the way he went through the Smash community.
What's your name?
Why you get scared? Look at the camera, dog.
Where are you from?
Because I'm too lazy to talk.
Yo, your brother destroyed me. It wasn't even like funny. It was just sad. It was just sad.
I definitely don't know really what's inside him. I don't know how many people do, but I get the feeling that he's hiding a certain amount of his personality, and I have often suspected that he always hid a little bit of pain. And I don't know that, you know, I don't know his story really, but I do think it's interesting. His tag is little known where it came from. Isai is how you pronounce that, but it's just, Isaiah is just kind of what he's called, and it sounds like it's this thing that it's not. And the tag he puts on his, on Melee when he plays, the girl that he likes, a girl we don't really know a lot about.
Yeah, there's someone here I want to be friends with. Yeah. But I don't think she wants to be friends with me.
Really? Was it your playing partner?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know she doesn't want to be friends with you?
Just the way she acts around me. I have low self-confidence. Yeah. I'm always nervous when I talk in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Public speaking is the #1 fear phobia in the country.
Yeah, people like to say that. I'll say that's the #1 response to that fear.
Even as the team of Ken and Isaiah continued undefeated, their singles careers slowly diverged.
Yeah, that's
Besides
her.
an anomalous
The girl that
finish
he's talking about, that's Vance.
Ken continued to place first at every major tournament he attended. By the end of 2004, Ken had won the MLG National Championship in New York and was the #1 ranked player in the country. But for Isaiah, the singles bracket was becoming a burden.
He's very weird in the aspects of competing in 1v1. He doesn't really want to try too hard. Every single time I beat him, I usually would apologize and be like, oh, sorry, Isaiah, or something like that, you know, because I know he's not always playing his best against me or anybody that he likes or his friends he would play his best against.
The two teammates stepped into 2005 and the first tournament of the year, an independent major based out of Dallas, Texas, called The Most. It would be a notable tournament for several reasons. The state-of-the-art projector, the stadium-like seating for the finals, and for the first time ever, Isaiah would give it his all against Ken.
I don't think the East Coast players wanted to go to that, so it's basically me and Isaiah against the Midwest and Caveman, Rob, and Zulu.
Cave and Rob and Bunny were our best players, and so we'd have them fight Ken and Isaiah to see if they could do something. And they could not do it. So we had Ken and Isaiah finals. The winner of most three got a cape. It was a black cape, and there was a big, like, silver kind of sword design on the back of it. And so I think Isaiah really won that cape, because he played to win.
I didn't go to this tournament. Yeah, Ken got 9th at the tournament because he lost to 2 players, Sastifer and Die Superfly.
I felt like they were both playing really well.
He was trying to practice his DI, and this is the first time he's ever seen DI before, so he was just practicing it.
Everyone usually kind of played scared in finals, and they were just going at it.
It was just sort of like these two people were just like so above the rest of us, like mere mortals, like putting on an exhibition.
Coming up from a 2-0 deficit, the odds are never in your favor.
This girl is there, you know, one of his Smash 64 friends. I think her name is Melissa. That's why he always had the tag of Mel.
You know, sometimes you have an additional reason to put a little extra.
Melissa was actually cheering him on. And I really think like if she actually went to every tournament and supported Isaiah in like his singles career, he would probably be the best. He became a Super Saiyan that tournament.
It's probably my favorite episode.
That was like Smash was moving along like this, and then like people saw that, and like that's possible the game, then like the curve of the game grew, like people started getting so good so fast, and it's probably all because of that set.
That was the first tournament where, you know, I got utterly raped. Yeah. Like it wasn't even It was kind of close, but let's be honest, I got raped by Isaiah.
Now it's kind of standard, I guess, as a Falcon player. But back then, like, we never saw people moving around like that, and everyone used to love watching him. People would just talk about him playing. Like, we just talk about Isaiah for like 2 hours. And that seemed to be the case with New York. Like, Ken was known as the best, but we'd always talk about Isaiah.
Yeah, life can be tough. I haven't had a tough life though. I've had an easy life. That's why I think I'm really sensitive. It's because I've had an easy life. You know, nothing's really like toughing me up. I've been getting better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Slowly, yeah. Take maybe like a few more years. Some things take more practice than others to be good at. Yeah.
After most 3, Isaiah for the most part returned to his old ways, but his spectacular performance against his teammate and the #1 ranked Smasher turned him into a legend. When asked by those seeking advice, Isaiah responded simply with a phrase which would soon become a mantra: "Don't get hit."
I used to have a shirt that said it, but I might still have it.
Did you really?
I don't know if I still have it. I would not be surprised if it's gone.
He has this thing about him where, at least in his prime, it seemed like he could literally pick when he wanted to win. Like he could just decide, okay, now I want to win, and he could win that match if he felt like it. I'm sure like a lot of old school players will tell you this as well. He had this kind of aura about him that just seemed unbeatable if he felt like it, which, you know, didn't happen too often. But that's also why he was such a monster in teams, because he always tried in teams. You know, because I guess he didn't want to let his teammate down or whatever.
In the future, what do you see yourself doing?
Still be hiking, playing SSB, hopefully making friends.
I think we got a lot.
Yeah, you think you got all you need?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is me, Isaiah, Smash Guy, I guess.
Oh, you don't understand. This is Destiny. We play right now.
It's almost unseen in any competitive thing I've ever seen in my life.
With him, he would just be all over you.
He was rude and he was selfish.
And he'd go online and talk mad trash. Mad trash.
I saw the Ken combo and I was like,
You know, like, oh yeah, we want to make this big.
How much can you know about yourself? You never had a nemesis.
Dude, are you serious? Like, is this really that hype?
Okay, before I end it, I want to have one more quick story for you guys. So I met at Melee FC6. I remember another like really cool thing. Like we all woke up and we found out that this news dude came in the building, and he actually filmed us for like maybe like 30 minutes or something like that. And they actually made a news broadcast. You know, for the little small area of Indiana, for the Smash tournament. That was our first ever experience with esports, I guess. And I thought that was really cool. I think there might be like some additional scenes after this.
After Isaiah won, he gave the cake to Mike G.
We did Falcon Dojo, where we all went on FD with Falcon. It was me and Jeff and Dark Rain and Isaiah.
Okay, so I think the person driving... Oh, well, obviously it says Kish Prime, but I remember this one time, I think we were driving to Melee FC, one of the Melee FCs. It was me, husband, wife, and Azin, or something like that, some combination of that. And I was in the back seat. And freaking husband, this guy is crazy. He's going 100 miles an hour. He's playing Pokemon. And he's also driving all at the same time. And he's texting with his left hand. It was crazy. So, yeah, shouts to husband for being a god at driving and multitasking like that.
Hey, to be like showing us.
And this guy he's the host of the tournament, of the Melee FC tournament.
Like show us
Kish
something
Prime.
we should do. He said, "Here, practice this. It'll make you really good." Every now and again, like he'd get it.
Oh, it's something about Kish Prime. He came up to me at Melee FC6 actually, and he was just like, "Hey, Chudat, you want 2v1 money match me?" And I was just like, okay, sure. Who's your partner? And then he said he was like, it's Kish squared. We're gonna play. It's gonna be like 2v2. You know, you have Nana, and then it's gonna be me and Kish squared versus you. I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. I ended up losing, but it was a fun match.
angry and he'd be like, "No, you're doing it wrong." He'd come to us.
He was a Jigglypuff player.
He went to Hayato's house at one point. I guess Hayato was getting in a fight with his parents, and Isaiah just walks into the room and goes, "Oh no!" And then he runs away.
Okay. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the 3rd episode of the Smash documentary. And that's pretty much it. I guess we're going to continue with next week's episode. It's going to be episode 4. It's going to be Ken's episode. So, yeah, we're going to continue that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Wednesday. I just wanted to thank you all for joining me tonight to watch the Smash documentary. That's pretty much it for the Smash documentary. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I'm going to play some ads, and then when I come back, we'll go ahead and play some games. We're going to play some Melee. We get to hang out and just chill. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, all right?